A's Extra.
Here at Spillane Field, it's Chatham and Wareham. The Anglers Extra pregame show rolls on. He's Cy Nielson. I'm Ben Shulman. It's time for Catch of the Day. Cy, this is your longest trip of the season off the Cape. What was the ride like all the way west to Wareham?
Man, I just laid down on my seat and had my headphones in and took a nap, if I'm being honest. I just slept the whole way.
Did you see what the other guys were doing while you were lying down on the bus?
Me and Sebastian he was laying on the other seat across, and we had a little configuration going, and we were pretty comfy, but I was laying down on my head. I couldn't see anything else.
Do your best job to be a play-by-play guy. What was the configuration here? What was the setup for you and Keen?
Okay, so I was on my back with my head towards the window, and he was like the opposite, and then it was like we just had our legs where so we weren't touching each other, but we both had leg room, if that makes sense.
Okay, I got you.
That's the best I can describe it.
Okay, I got you. So long bus rides. How accustomed are you to long travel at BYU?
Most of our conference is in California, so almost every weekend we'd hop on a bus, drive up to Salt Lake, and then fly wherever it was. There was only a few schools that were far from the airport so in California the airport ride was kind of long, but most of the time it wasn't that bad.
What are some of the Cougars bus traditions?
We usually make the freshmen, they have to have a AirPod in, and they have to sing a song a cappella, and if they mess up at all, they have to start over, and they mess up again, they have to pick a new song, rehearse it, and then perform it for everyone.
When were you put on the spot to do a cappella on the bus as a freshman?
So my freshman year, we went down to Moab. I don't know if anyone knows where that is on this side of the nation, but there's like a river, the Green River. I don't know what river it is. I think it's the Green River. Anyway, we were heading down there, and I was really nervous actually, but I sang "The Shallow" by Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and I absolutely smashed it. So I'm not worried about my talents, but that's when I did it.
How deep into The Shallow do you think you could get right now if we put you on the spot again?
No, that's locked away deep. That's locked away unless I'm in the car. I have a weird thing about singing in the car. I sing my heart out.
What are some of your go-to car singing songs?
I actually have a playlist. Some guys in the bullpen know I'm very oriented with my playlist, and I have a whole playlist dedicated to songs that I know every single word to.
All right. Well, I'll try and get you to sing some of them a little bit later.
You might be able to.
When you think about road trips in your childhood, what's the first big one as a baseball player that comes to your mind?
I think that the first real long baseball trip I took was me and my mom actually drove to Omaha for I don't know what tournament it's called, but we went out there and we watched the College World Series, a few games, and then drove home. And it was funny because just me and my mom road tripped out and drove back, and then when we came I actually drove my car out here, and we followed the same exact road that we drove on to Omaha, and so we actually stayed in the same hotel that we stayed in when we went to Omaha, just for a little tradition. So that was pretty fun. Omaha was the longest one.
That's very cool. Yep. What kind of relationships get built on those road trips, whether it be with a family member or teammate?
Me and my mom actually are best friends, I'd say. We have very similar personalities, and we really get along. We both like to kind of have fun no matter what we're doing, and I think that we really bonded on that trip, both of them.
So if you were doing a road trip across the country and you had to bring one Anglers teammate, who would you bring and why?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I can think of different people for different reasons, but I don't know. I think that there's someone like Dennis Cook, maybe, our pitching coach. I believe he owes me a cheeseburger, and I think that we could work that out on the way home and find a nice good burger joint and stop there.
I hear there's a Chili's around here if you're interested. Dennis was whistling from the back.
We might have to.
And I'm going to flip it around. You're going on a cross-country road trip. Which is the last teammate of yours that you're going to bring with you in the car, and why?
It's not Cookie. I could pick his brain forever. I don't know who I'd choose. I feel like I'm kind of choosing a bad person. I'm going to have to go, I don't know. I can't even say. I feel like I have a good relationship with everyone. I wouldn't hate to be with anyone for that long.
You spend a lot of time building those relationships in the bullpen. Adam Tulloch, a fellow lefty, is on the mound tonight. What does he mean to this pitching staff, one of the veterans?
Tully's he's a very interesting individual. We kind of all like kind of laugh because he has these weird little routines and traditions that are just kind of really out of the ordinary. But we all love him, so it'll be interesting to see what he brings tonight.
What's his most interesting pregame tradition?
The whole entire thing, from when he gets on the bus to when he pitches to when he's done. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. It's very in-depth and very precise, but it's very funny to watch in a way.
Well, we'll see the end product of it tonight. Cy, thank you so much for coming on Catch of the Day.
Appreciate it.
We'll talk about Adam Tulloch, the opposing pitcher, the lineups, and a lot more coming up on the Anglers Extra pregame show. Let's send it back to Emmanuel Berbari.